What's up, guys? This is Fiasco, and we're playing Ultimate General Civil War. This is the Confederate Let's Play on the normal battle, working our way towards Gaines's Mill. And this is actually the camp screen before Gaines's Mill. And what you're looking at right now is the camp immediately after the Battle of Port Republic. I have put 1 point in medicine, which won't do me any good in the pre-battle phase, but is hopefully going to do me a lot of good in the post-battle phase. Ideally, we keep casualties to a minimum, but, you know, we know that's not going to be a thing. So we've done all the 3 battles leading up to Gaines Mill. The Union Army has grown a bit, but is mostly under control. And in Gaines Mill, we need to be able to field 2 fighting corps, which probably won't mean the full 55 units are full. We could theoretically go to the battle now and would actually outnumber the Union, 22 to 16 and change. But neither one of these corps are optimized to fight with. So let's go ahead and we're going to dump basically everything into First Corps. Oops. We're going to dump everything into First Corps. And essentially try and build 2 fighting-ish forces. So the first thing we need to do is appoint a general to 1st Division. And these, actually what you want to do is you want to do the lowest ranking you possibly can, and then we'll go from there. What's nice about when you do it this way, the game kind of well, he's probably is fine. Okay. So the game will auto-rank your best officers to your worst officers. And by best, they just mean kind of highest rank and then most experience within that rank. So for 1st Division, the 1st Corps commander, 1st Division commander is going to be Fiasco, my avatar, followed by General Kemper. We need to put some of these guys before I get too far into the process. Some of these brigades have generals leading them, and those generals could pick up divisions. Okay, so now we're good. Yep. All right, cool. So who can take up 3rd? Marion Cutler. And who can take up 4th? Looks like Sam Cable. Okay, so we have our first, this is basically every unit we've got. And before I worry too much about building them up, a lot more, my goal here is to basically use every weapon that I've got in my armory ideally without buying anything. So I can already tell I can put together 2 howitzer units and a smoothbore unit. So let's go ahead and do that. Okay. Oh, we'll worry about naming them as we go. Oh, let's name them as we go. We got a 3rd field, 2nd howitzer. Looks like we've only got 3 artillery units. Yep. Okay. So 4th naps 17. So they're a fresh unit, fresh all that fun stuff. We got another howitzer. Now, all the folks that do have,
Yes, sir.
you'd probably get away with majors. I need to level some of these majors up. So 12 guns is the most efficient number of guns in a unit. However, I'm pretty aggressive with my guns, and okay, I'm pretty aggressive with my guns, and the idea is that the 13th and 14th gun give you kind of some buffer room with those weapons so that you can take casualties and not lose too much fighting power in the process. Okay, so we have those howitzers, and then I also want to use our reputation to pick up some parrots. And I think the parrot's a fantastic counter battery weapon, so we'll use this to target federal artillery. We have a lot of
Yes, sir.
Cannons in the army. And this is probably, as far as units are concerned, as all the
Yes, sir.
all the guns will end up developing. All right, so 7th Field is actually off to a great start. So they've already got a pretty decent efficiency score. As far as the infantry units are concerned, I'm actually okay leaving a lot of these kind of where they're at as far as numbers are concerned. Try and top off units as needed so that, yeah, they're all at full strength. Okay, we need to get rid of that. This is a great opportunity for more mounted infantry shenanigans. I'm a really huge fan of mounted infantry as sort of a fire brigade. And with 90 efficiency, I'm sure that I can count on 1st and 2nd. Yeah, wow. Geez, the qualitative difference is pretty massive. Oh, and we have melee cav as well. Let's go ahead and bump their numbers up to 400 as well. And so I'm not making these units to their maximum possible size, and that's because limitation of weapons more than money or bodies. I'm actually just going to be limited in the number of soldiers that I have. All right, so 4th Infantry is going to get buffed way up in size, and they're going to take a hit in their efficiency pretty badly, and that's partially because I'm using a major to run the unit. Let's see what happens if I bump them to a light colonel because it's so damn big. Yeah, so that's right back up to their numbers where they were. So that was a big thing for them. So we're going to need to be careful about kind of what we do with some of these units, but 1,500 should be a good, yeah. Let's do 2,000. We need bodies, and we'll be fine when we get on the field. And as you can see, we got plenty of these weapons. All right, so they are taking efficiency hits, absolutely. But they are gaining in size. And one of the things I mentioned in the last video was that this is going to be something I have to watch, is the relative size of these units. Let's go ahead and bump you to 15. Nice round number because, I don't know, I like to see round numbers. It doesn't cost me anything but bodies, which I've got plenty of. Bump you to 16. Yep, we're not going to lose anything terribly much to do so. No. And you've gained in efficiency, as have you, quite a bit, in fact. Yeah, Port Republic was great for some of these units. Look at that. Oh, 2nd Infantry with the Enfields is already up to, goodness gracious. All right. So some of these rifle-armed units are going to be markedly smaller, and they're sort of the, I guess you could say, the elite of the army, and then the brunt, the majority of the troopers are going to be these other units. All right, so at 2,000 men, the 12th takes a bit of a hit in terms of efficiency, but I'm running out of... Am I running out of... Yeah, I'm running out of... Well, I guess I can spare a light colonel. Yep. All right, right back up. And palmettos are a great weapon as well, so there's that too. Go ahead and just jump some of these units up to full strength that have already been there. And, yep, so this is the issue you run into with some of these specialist weapons, is there's just so few of the damn things that, I mean, you know, it's just hard to replace them even if you've got the bodies and the money. No, we're not using veterans for this. Evans can't handle more as it is. Let's see if we can't get him a better officer. Yep, makes a huge difference. All right, cool. And let's bump them to 2,000 because we like seeing nice round numbers, and I don't know. That's just the way that works, I guess. Okay, so we're actually looking at a pretty decent first corps. I would go into battle with this. We may need to take a look at dumping some of these units into second corps just to kind of even some of the numbers out. But let's go ahead and fill out second corps. So they're going to get Keith Wharton, and they're going to get, yep, Tom Preston. And we're going to dump some of the infantry or artillery, sorry. So we don't have, we don't need farmers. We don't have a need for reboard farmers, but we do have, let's do 2,000, and let's try and get away with a colonel. Okay, great. So this is 412. 12 is the biggest number so far. Yep, 12th infantry. So 13th with 42s. Already jumping into things with an efficiency of 22 and 1 star. It's one of the strengths of the Confederacy is they have access to, I mean, they're good troops, right? They're good soldiers. We've got 1,382 Mississippis. We're going to use every gun we can for free, and then we'll start buying things if we need to, but I'd prefer not to. So 14th Infantry also starts off with a star. I'm already feeling great about... Nope, this is a Mississippi. Second corps. They've got a great foundation already as far as I'm concerned. Another infantry. What do we got here? We got palmettos. Let's go ahead and use all the palmettos we got. So second corps is going to be the one that kind of comes in on the flank. So this is a smaller unit. We can definitely use a major.
Yes, sir.
Yeah, they're fine. All right. They're going to be the ones that I can afford some smaller units in second corps because they're going to be coming in on the flank. And I can also... do I want to move any of this stuff? No, I need these here. Yeah, no, that's fine. All right, what else do we have? We have the 42s. We're going to use those. We just kind of want to see what else we can get away with. Lorenz's I might buy up. Use these to fill existing units. The same with the Enfields. I can't fill out a whole unit. The same with the Springfields. But I could do a small unit of... Well, darn it. That's not what I wanted to do. I could do a small unit of Harper's Ferries, and they're just going to have to kind of hang out. Oop. And harry somebody from the flank. Okay, small unit Harper Ferries, another major. Shouldn't be a problem. Okay, so this is the, what, 16th? All right, so you're seeing kind of, I do have a lot of these really basic, you know, small units, which means I'm going to need to be very careful with the maneuver of Second Corps, but that's fine. And we're going to be able to fill in with a bunch of, you know, reboard farmers and and Springfield 42 armed line units. Let's go ahead and create one of those now to kind of even things out. So I think 2,000 should be fine. I don't want to stick a heavy general in there that I don't have spare. So it's going to need to be a light colonel or a full colonel. I don't think I even have. Yep. So Tyrone Sweeney. He seems like he's fine. And that's 17th. Okay. We're coming along. Let's confirm again. How big can the second corps be? The first one can be the full 25. Oh, okay. So I could theoretically do 2 divisions here if I wanted. Got it. I don't even... Ooh, interesting. I wouldn't even need... Oh, no, I do need to flank someone. Okay, then that's fine. So this, I can go as big as I can afford, basically. We are going to absolutely get to the point where I have to start buying weapons. There's no getting around that. Looks like. Let's do another Springfield unit. 2,000. Yep.
Yes, sir.
We're going to get their star, and we're going to put Lieutenant Colonel in there. So they're going to lose their perk, and that's unfortunate, but I just don't have the officers to kind of do it. Okay. Let's go ahead and throw together a 3rd division, and we're running out of men as well, which is not an unreasonable problem to... When you've created this many units, it's not an unreasonable problem to start encountering. Okay, so we don't have the opportunity to do a lot more with some of these units. So what we're going to do then is let's start thinking about filling in some of these units. Yeah, so the Enfield unit, let's go ahead and bump them up to basically right up until they would lose that perk. Okay, so they're a nice, big, beefy unit. And yeah, I did lose some efficiency, but that's a big unit with a lot of good weapons. And I like that quite a bit. And Lorenz's, we're going to do basically the same thing. Go up until I would lose the perk. Which looks like right about there. Yep. Okay. And I know my earlier discussion vis-a-vis round numbers, and yet here we are. Basically just filling in bodies. Okay, so I think as far as infantry weapons are concerned, I've spent everything. Okay, so I can put together probably a unit or 2 more of Springfield infantry, and I'm going to. We don't have the opportunity to do cavalry, I don't think, nor artillery. And unless I'm doing sniper skirmishers, I don't want to do another skirmisher unit. So this is probably going to be it.
Yes, sir.
And again, I think kind of what's noteworthy here is we're not buying... We're not buying weapons yet. We might, but I think we should be able to get away with not buying weapons. Yeah. And we're promptly going to lose that. Major is probably too small, so let's just throw a low-level 1-star in there. We could probably optimize this a little better, but that's fine. So 19th and 20th Infantry. Learn spelling. They've got 42s at 17 efficiency. So, wow, yeah, the 22, 17, 17, 22, 16, and then we're up here 51, 56, 53, 70. Wow, you know what? They're probably, yeah, they got even bigger. No, not 704. I don't think it can go that high. Okay, so some of these numbers are quite large, and then we have the sort of the secondary unit. Okay. Do we have enough to stand up anything else? I don't think so. Could fill out the Enfield unit, but we'd lose the perk. I'd have to buy veterans. I don't want to do that. Or we could buy guns. That's also an option. We could buy guns. And if that's the case, I'm going to buy Mississippi's. Why don't we do that for a second? We'll buy... No, not artillery. We got the money. Yep. Let's make it a big unit. We'll do 2. We'll do not that large. So all those smoothbore units are great, but we need some fire support to kind of back it up. And this will help with that. What else do we have? We got Lorenzes we could do. I love Lorenz. It's a fantastic weapon. Yeah, let's go ahead and do Lorenzes. We're not going to do 2,000. We don't have that kind of money. Well, I guess we do actually. But, yeah, I mean, I guess we have the guns. However, I say that. I think that...
Yes, sir.
One of my better units that has a musket right now should be upgraded to using a Lorenz. And then we should hand off the Lorenzes to somebody else. Who can I do that with? Oh, you've already got Lorenzes. You've got Palmettos. Yeah. Okay. So we're going to go ahead and... give 12th Infantry. Who else? Who else has got a pretty good efficiency? And 2,000 people. Yeah, 12. So they're going to get their Lorenzes. Nice upgrade for them. And then that leaves me with 2,000 Palmettos to put in Roots. Well, not Root. It'll be Harker's unit.
Yes, sir.
Okay, let's take a look at this. We've got a whole bunch of infantry. We've got artillery sort of spread out. It doesn't really matter where the artillery hangs out. Not in this kind of battle. All right. Do we want to go ahead and, I think, spread out some of the cavalry as well, however? So let's go ahead and push. Yep, that works. Okay. Great. All right. Well, hey, thanks for sticking this out. And this is some of the thought processes that goes into building an army for this kind of game. You got to make sure you've got a solid brunt of front line, kind of affordable, cheap, medium troops. And then you've got your elite units that are going to cause a lot of the damage. And then you've got maneuver elements, the cavalry, and you've got, of course, your heavy hitters like artillery. We're going to go ahead and call it here, and then you join me next time for the Battle of Gaines's Mill. Thanks very much for watching. This has been Fiasco, and we're playing Ultimate General Civil War on the Confederacy. This is the normal Let's Play. Thanks again, and this is Fiasco, out.